See, I have the living God behind what I'm doing. But man, he just always just care about my soul, bro.
People coming to me down when it all felt.
And this is who I am.
The Bible talks about you can gain the whole world and lose your mind, your will, and your emotions, your soul.
Shoot, I loved having sex with prostitutes, bro. Before he took his last breath on earth, he was like, Jesus, forgive the shooter and forgive me for my sins.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to the greatest podcast ever, Above the Rim with Dwight Howard, where we hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. Man, we got a crazy episode for y'all today. These episodes have been about transformation, and we got another great show for y'all today for somebody who's transformed their entire being from the time that we've seen them on social media to now. But all of us go through that transformation stage, and it's going to be awesome having him on the show. But before we get there, I need you guys to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know who you want on the show. Next, I got my sidekick and my partner to my left, Moo Real, in the building. We got our two special guests we want to shout out. First one is the big Holy Gabbana. And we also got my brother from another mother. He got a couple of schools. He got a couple of colleges. He got a couple of streets named after him. Give it up for Frederick Douglass Jr.
You play too much, bro.
Oh no, but I do got a prize for you. Not a prize, but we know usually we have a present for your transfer. Where did you put it? Do you know what?
Oh my God.
Did you put it in your bag? Did you put it in your...
No. I'm not even finna play, bro.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You a fire commentator, bro. Like,
You put it in the shoe the same way you put his in the shoe. Why would you do that? Oh Lord. I know. Boy.
Size 17.
Oh, I got it, man. You see it, bro.
I'm looking at the camera.
You knew what was about to happen. I had to get him, but man, that is the ice. I just want to say, man, congratulations, but also it is great to see you in person. It's also great to see the things that you have been doing over the years, and this is amazing to have you here, man.
I appreciate it, bro. You remember we met? And, okay.
And we had a quick little conversation.
Yeah, main event.
Yeah.
That was out here?
Yeah.
That was out here. We had like a little quick. It was the one close right up the street. We had like a quick little conversation, and then to see you again now, and to see just where you, well, I hate to say where you come from, but like where you have brought yourself from, just the struggles that you, I guess, started with and everything until to how you are now. Like, what happened? How do you get there?
I mean, God, and then not only God, just making different decisions, bro.
Yeah.
I just start making different decisions.
Do you think that it was because the experiences that you had?
Yeah, it took a role. That played a part for sure. But I mean, after making all the dumb decisions that I was making, well, it wasn't necessarily all the way dumb, because that did help me get to where I'm at today. It helped me build a platform. It helped me get a name. It helped me get myself out there. And so it wasn't all the way dumb, but just from making a lot of bad decisions, I'm like, okay, I want to make some new decisions because I want a different lifestyle. Like, I want to feel different. I just want a different life.
And I really enjoy it, man, because I think all of us go through that transformation. How old are you now?
29.
29, and you really started in the game young. You started at 20, so we basically came in at the same time, even though it wasn't basketball. I would call it the world. Yeah. We came into the world, and the world can swallow you up. It can eat you alive, you know what I'm saying? And I think all of us have to go through that process of saying, this is for me, or this ain't for me. I want to live this way. And it talks about that in the Bible. You know, as a child, we thought as a child, we spoke as a child, we did things as a child. Yeah. But when we became a man, when we matured, when we went through those experiences, what ended up happening, we put those things away. Exactly. So, you know, I'm happy about it and I love it because a lot of people, when they look at people who made mistakes, they always write them off. They always say he can never amount to nothing. Yeah. But these are the best people because pain is like what moves you, what got you to where you at today. Yeah, for sure. You grew up in Louisiana? Jacksonville. I say that. I don't know why I keep saying Louisiana. I don't know why I thought about Louisiana. But Jacksonville, how was it growing up in Jacksonville?
Home. It
was home?
Yeah.
Did you get into like a lot of stuff growing up or like what you played sports?
Yeah. I played sports. I mean, you know, I wasn't as good as you. But
you want to go to the league?
What sports you played?
Football. I played football and I ran track. Mm-hmm. I did want to go to the league when I was in football.
You want to go to NFL?
Yeah, for sure.
What position?
Well, I started off at running back when I played Pop Warner.
Yeah, he would have smoked you. He said he played football. He played left bench.
I mean, left bench is
left tackle.
I didn't even play left tackle. I was the outside linebacker as a D, and I was a D tackle.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was swifty. Yeah. But then when I got to high school, like 8th grade leading into 9th, I kind of started getting taller, and they moved me to wide receiver.
And you like playing wide receiver?
No, I like playing running back.
So you ain't like playing the wide?
I feel like wide receiver is like one of the coldest positions in football.
Wide receiver?
Of course, everybody thinks so, but I mean, if he played running back, then that means he really like a certain aspect of
running back too. When I was growing
Who was your favorite running back? One of your favorite running backs growing up?
Probably Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor.
That's a good job.
That's a good one. I used to like Barry Sanders.
Okay.
I used to love Barry Sanders. You look like Barry Sanders.
I used to like AP too.
Adrian Peterson. Oh my God, he was tough.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson was tough.
Top 5 for sure.
Yeah. So who top 5 out of them? Out of running backs?
I like Reggie too.
I like
Reggie Bush.
Reggie fire.
Reggie Bush. Wait, for the league, for NFL? Reggie Bush?
That what you were saying, Reggie Bush?
I said I like them. I didn't say top 5.
Oh, I was about to say. I mean,
you saying top 5 right now? Or
no, top 5 all time. You think? Yeah.
Definitely. Not in any particular order. You could go Adrian Peterson. You can go Barry Sanders. You could go. I like Marshawn Lynch, but that's really stylistically.
I like Marshawn.
You could go. I mean,
it don't matter. This is your pick. It's your top 5.
Tiki Barber.
For
me, because I'm a Giants guy.
I don't know too many football. I just know a couple running backs. I know like Jamal Lewis because he did the Dirty Bird. Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. You know. And then Barry Sanders.
I know he not in the top.
Shoot, Jamal Charles was fire.
I know he not in the top.
What he play?
Chiefs.
I don't know too much about a lot of football. That's why I was asking y'all.
I do feel bad because this guy hit me up to come on our pod. Chris Johnson, I forgot that.
Yes, Chris Johnson.
He was on the cover.
Chris Johnson was nice. He was so nice. Chris Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Hard for
sure.
But let me ask this: like, you said you ran track too, right?
Yeah.
So you did mass sports. That's crazy though. I told you I was gonna bring that up. That makes sense. You wanted to be a running back in track.
And so
talk about when you were doing those videos, right?
Yeah.
Cause like he said he watched the videos. I watched the videos.
Definitely.
I even copied you a couple times.
Did, come on, you had to.
All of us did.
You had to run off of somebody's stuff.
What made you come up with that idea, and like how did that like start?
Well, so your guy, Fatboy SSE, I seen his videos on there. You know Fatboy SSE?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I seen his content, and then I was like, dang, if this dude is doing this and he's got all this money and all these views, then I could do it too.
That's crazy. Shout out to Fatboy, bro. You gonna watch the episode too. That's crazy, yo. So like we talked about this too. Like I know it started off 1 or 2. I don't know if it's real or fake, but to clear it up to the people, like, cause I thought like some of it might have just been skits, like you told the story, etc. Like, what was that? Was that true?
Yeah, it is true, but it ain't even really no clearing up because I can say it however many times, yo, half of those videos are skits. People don't believe me, so I'll just start talking.
You just be like, forget it.
Said that people believe a lie. People want to believe. They don't want to believe.
The truth is too good to, I guess, for people to believe.
Yeah, like people, you know, they'll be like, "Oh, he stole a dog. He stole a lot." Like, I didn't steal it. It was
just for show, but
yeah, it was just content.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Content is king.
What's one misconception about the like the Boonk Gang persona you feel like people still follow you with?
Oh, I don't know.
Nobody mess with you about it no more too much.
Yeah, your workers did when I first came in though.
For real?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
As soon as I came in, he's like, "I know you." Boonk Gang.
I wanted to show you this video. I want to see what's your message.
I gained worldwide fame at 20 years old. But I had so much trauma and brokenness on the inside that the world didn't know about. I was seeking after all the things in the world, but I was dying on the inside. Hearing the gospel.
When you saying the trauma, all of that stuff that people don't know about, like, where does the trauma come from?
From my childhood. You know, in that video, so I've been walking with the Lord for going on 5 years now. We did that video closer to when I just got saved. So God, he done a lot of more healing within inside of me. And that's why when I was sharing it then, I was sharing it with a lot more passion.
Understood. Do you think, because we've been talking about this, pain, like, do you think that people really understand and figure out themselves through pain, or can it be through love? Because what we were talking about was in sports in particular. For me, I didn't have a lot of like pain as far as like childhood things that may have happened to where it was very traumatic for me, to where it made me fall into basketball. It was just, I love being alive for one, and then I love playing sports too. Then when I started playing basketball, I was like, man, I love this. Is so much fun. Like, I want to be the greatest. Like, I just love this. It had nothing to do with any pain.
Yeah. You know, honestly, bro, I believe pain can motivate you, and I believe love can motivate you. Like, you don't have to receive motivation or change or anything from pain. But what I do believe is that for those who do go through pain, that God can restore it. You know, I tell people all the time, those who live their lives for Jesus, pain has purpose. Those who don't live their lives for Jesus, pain is just pain. So, but it's like, you don't gotta go through pain, or you don't gotta be broke to appreciate money. You could just, you could have and still appreciate.
I think what it is what we always talk about, experience. You gotta experience something to understand the value of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you never really, for some people, they want to be famous, they want to do all that, so they never experience any of that lifestyle. So when somebody that has experience, they're like, nah, no you don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you deal with like having to balance the both sides of like, you know, you got the attention, when you was getting all the attention.
Wait, ask it one more time.
Like, how was you able to balance like being a young famous person, and then, you know, trying to also deal with trauma and all those at a young age?
I wasn't trying to balance it.
You wasn't trying to balance it?
Nah.
You just living.
Yeah, and
in the moment.
Yeah. You know, when people look at me, I don't think people take a lot, like all of everything into account of my situation. One, I don't think people realize how young I was when I got famous. I mean, 20 years old is pretty young. And then two, how I got famous was creating content as I was on the streets and like broke and just doing stuff. And within 4 or 5 months, I got 2 million followers. So it's like, bro, I didn't have no type of training. I didn't have no type of foundation. I didn't have no type of support. It was just a 20-year-old kid creating content, meeting people along the way, and then my stuff blow up, and I'm still trying to figure stuff out. So a lot of people were judging my situation, but 20 years old, just got kicked out the house, just got out of jail. Like, I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. I wasn't trying to balance none.
How long were you in jail?
5 months.
5 months. Did that 5 months really, like, what did that do for you? Like, mentally, like, did it have you upset? Did you want to, like, would you want to throw yourself, like, life away? Like, what did that 5 months do for you? Because a lot of people talk about, you know, jail and, you know, being in it and stuff like that, but I don't know what it's like. I went to a prison one time for scared straight when I was in school.
You was in scared straight?
Yeah, they did like a scared straight for my class when I was young. So after that, I was like, I'm never doing nothing. Yeah. I'm trying to make it to the league. So like, yeah, I was.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, it's something that I don't want to experience again. You know, going in there, having to strip butt naked in front of COs, had them crack jokes at you while you bend over and cough. You know, showering with all these men, and then it's like at any time, you know, we all men, we all wrestling with our own ego and pride, bro. You get a fight at any time. You know, you feel tried or somebody feel like you trying them, but it's like no freedom because you can't eat what you want to eat. You eat what they give you. You go to bed when they tell you to go to bed. I mean, when I was young though, it's like in my mind I wasn't really thinking about none of that. I'm just like bumping. Just living. It is what it is. But now that I've matured, I think about all that I've experienced. I'm like, bro, what the hell?
What was I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel you on that because, you know, I came in the NBA 18, 19 years old. And so, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing when I'm 18, 19, or even in that phase of my life, you know, even with being a Christian, I'm like, man, like, what am I doing? Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't really know no better because I never experienced none of this stuff that I was experiencing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm glad that I made it out of it, you know what I'm saying, so that I can talk to people about it and, you know, share the story and tell them, hey, this is something you might not want to go down this path. But, man, and I understand when you in that moment, you really in that moment. That's why we talk about, man, I'd be like, man, if everything is a blur, I can't even remember it because I was doing so much stuff. I was in and out so much. And that's how, you know, the world is. They have everything happening so fast, you can get caught up just like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot, man. I'm so thankful to God that, you know, the foundation that was laid upon me with my family and my church and school, I could have got lost out there. I could have got lost because it's a lot. And the higher you go, you experience it. You know, you went from no followers, we said 2 million, 2 million within followers in 4 or 5 months. Now everybody in the world know who you are. Your ego, probably all that stuff starting to rise up. How did you, I know you said it was just like a blur, so I understand that. Like, in those moments, did you ever think like, I'm doing too much?
Nah. I was thinking I wasn't doing enough. But that's why people called me the first crash out. Because it's like on the videos that was real, like it's half and half. Like some was skits. Anything that was pertaining to a store. I wouldn't say everything. Some was skits and some wasn't. But it's like in my mind I wanted to be rich. And it's like
you trying to get
views and followers equated to money to me. So I'm like, okay, if I could just get more views and more followers, then I'll be able to get rich. So I just kept thinking, what else to do?
I gotta do?
Yeah. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not doing enough. I gotta do more.
And you know, it's funny, like from a marketing perspective, they taught us like some metrics build ego, some build bank accounts.
Yeah.
So they tell, you know, some people try to say all publicity is good publicity. But it's really not always the case because you could be building on a bad brand, and then companies don't want to associate. So did you experience trying to get sponsorships and stuff?
Absolutely. And when I sat down around 24, 25 years old, and I really thought, I'm like, dang, bro, everywhere I go, somebody know me. Everywhere I go, somebody want a picture. Like, I'm famous, like I'm really legit famous, but my bank account don't match. And I'm like, I can't get the type of deals that I know I could get, like Nick Cannon. I sat with Nick Cannon. I'm like, bro, why you ain't never got me on the show, bro? Cannon like, man, my whole team scared of you, bro. Cause
he got that middle America type of presence, and
yeah,
how they
so
looking at it
it's
different.
like, you know, when I sat down, and then you know, I see what 50 was saying about me. He was like, hey, whatever they say Boonk did, he did. And you know, just when I sat down, I started looking at what everybody's saying and looking at my brand. I'm like, I gotta change my name, bro. I gotta change, because I'm not getting on these shows. I'm not getting deals. I'm not getting everything because the bad report I got.
And it's so funny. You said you was looking at Fat Boy's videos, and Fat Boy went through the same process. You know, I seen him. You know, you seen how he came up, going in the stores, throwing stuff down, doing all that. Then he went elevated, and when he elevated, the people around him didn't appreciate, because they wanted him to keep doing that stuff. And I wanted to ask you, like, the people that applauded you for doing those videos, now that you've changed, what would you say? Like, what's your thoughts on the people that was like applauding you and wanting you to kind of crash out?
Well, to be honest with you, my heart for him is F him. That's my heart behind it, because I don't do this. Well, I don't do what I do for people. So with Fat Boy, his change, he did switch it up, but it's like he don't have any power behind what he's doing. See, I have the living God behind what I'm doing. That's why I could get stripped of all my social media, come back and rebuild a whole different brand and platform. Because one, when I first changed my name, it was to try to build a different brand and to get money. It was a marketing scheme. That's what it was for when I changed Holy John Gabbana from Boonk Gang to John Gabbana. It was for marketing, because I wanted to get deals, I wanted to get on shows, and I wanted to just get back on social media, because my social media was stripped on me because I was slinging meat on my Instagram account. So they banned me on socials. But when I found,
so they banned you and you got it back.
Yeah,
I had to make a whole new account.
Damn, so you grew your jump back to 1 million. Damn.
Yeah.
You got 1 million again, right?
Yeah, this is my third account. And because Instagram just deleted me.
That show how much influence he got. That's you know, a lot of people start over. They can't get back to the millions.
Yeah, and then if you look at my engagement, I mean, bro, I got like from 1 million to 8 million on my account. You know, my engagement, people is really tapped in. 100,000 or 500,000 like 800,000 likes, 20,000 comments on my junk. Like, people really tapped in. But it's because I got power behind what I'm doing. It's God. I literally have God. Like, everything I'm doing is to show people, hey, God could take you from this to that. Like, if you look at my page, you can see me draw it out. I mean, if you look at my content, you can see me draw it out. You can see me on the flow. You can see me with many different women. You can see me just not looking healthy.
It's like transfiguration.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like I made a decision, and I kept making the decision to just seeking God, and just sharing that. And bro, he just rebuilt everything.
You can go.
Yeah, so I love to ask people who is God to you? Like, what has he meant to you? And you said it's been 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, God to me is God, to be honest with you. You know, it's just like I could see that there's a structure within how God created the world. It's him, it's people, angels, and animals and insects. And it's just like it's an order. It's just the order how he created it. So it's just like this is Dwight's house, and because this is your house, there's an order to it. How you want it run, and it's like if someone disrespects your house, it's hey correction. I could even love you, but hey, we don't do that. It's Dwight's house. It's the same thing. This is God's world. So it's like he got the right to tell human beings how to live. Because he created the whole world. He created us. And it's like, people could be cute and be like, God's my best friend. I mean, yeah, he did say he's closer to you than to a brother. And, people, God, he's God. God set the rules. He set the precedents. Like, God make it happen. And, behind God's decisions is love. But he's also God, because rebel against him and see if that works out in your favor or not.
So in your process of transformation, like who did God send as a mentor for you? Did you have
my cellmate? My cellmate.
Okay.
Talk about like how that relationship developed and how.
When I first walked in the cell, he asked me, where you from? And he was like, do you believe in Jesus? And I was like, yeah, I believe in Jesus. I did believe in Jesus, but I wasn't living for Jesus because I didn't know that I was supposed to live for Jesus. And then anyway, it's like I didn't get famous as a Christian, bro. I got famous in making content. And so of course I'm not living for God. But I always believed, and because it was taught to me as a kid. You got grandmas out there telling people about Jesus. Yeah. So I said, yeah, I believe in Jesus. And so many people would walk by our cell, and they'd be like, hey, man, we locked up. Hey, that's Boonk. Oh, Boonk. Hey, that. And he'd be like, who are you? I like, man, I make content. I rap. I do this. And he's like, okay, that's sweet. Okay. And he was like, man. But he cared more about my soul than my celebrity status, which it intrigued him. But man, he just always just cared about my soul, bro. And I began to open up to him and be like, why you love Jesus so much? Like, I hear what you're saying, but man, shoot, bro, I ain't living right. And this is who I am, and this is what I did. I'm trying to figure stuff out. I'm like, bro, my social media account just got deleted, bro. I have 5 million followers on there, bro. And he's like, listen, bro, I hear what you're saying, but Jesus can give you a whole new life. I'm like, man, if I specifically say, bro, I make music. If I just give my life to Jesus, what I'm supposed to do with music? I didn't even think about Christian rap. And he like, bro, pray and ask God about it, bro. Pray and ask. Let God reveal it to you. But we spent 2 months together before we got moved. And he just used to just tell me the Bible stories and just tell me about Jesus and just tell me change was possible, and just that planted the seed. And then when I got out of jail, a friend of mine, he got shot and he was pronounced dead and woke back up into his body. But when he woke back up into his body, he was talking about Jesus. And that came from after he got shot. He called his mom and he's like, Mom, I'm dying. I just got shot. It was out here in Atlanta. And she was screaming, crying, like, call on Jesus, boy, you better call on Jesus. And before he took his last breath on earth, he was like, Jesus, forgive the shooter and forgive me for my sins. Which I know this because out his own mouth he told me. And when he said, Jesus, forgive me, he said he experienced something that he can't even explain. That he felt nothing but love. So this was 2 years after my cellmate was just
talking to you,
mentoring to me. Yeah, and that from that point, like, you couldn't tell me nothing. because this not somebody I'm just meeting.
This your partner.
This my bro.
Yeah, so it's like he ain't finna tell
Yeah,
you
he ain't gonna tell me no cap, bro.
Yeah.
And I see he just got shot.
Yeah.
The medical records say he was pronounced dead.
And he died. So did he? What did he say he saw anything, or it was just like
He said
what he
seen.
experienced?
He said he seen people, but he really can't explain how they look because it's almost as if
They didn't have
faces.
So he saw the experience. Okay.
And then he said,
The NBA season is rolling, and DraftKings' newest Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for your big shot at big wins. Here's how it works. Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. The better you pick, the bigger your payout. New DraftKings customers are getting $50 in Pick 6 credits with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Pick, play, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code DH12. That's code DH12. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Make the call. Ride the upside. In partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions may vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 is not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable. Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Ends December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
he seen mansions, and then he retract. And he said it was so big, it was actually like castles. I said, did you see Jesus? He said, bro, I was so overwhelmed with his love that I felt I was on my knees crying. He said, man, when I woke back up into my body, when I realized I was back in my body, I was so depressed, bro. I was like, what is this? Because I know where I just was.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's so fire.
are you serious?
That's so fire.
And he's like, yes. He's like, bro, he said, man, I don't even want to try to research anything to mess up what my story.
Yeah.
He's like, this is just what I know, what I experienced. And bro, I said, so what are you saying? He said, Jesus is real. And that's all he could say. Just Jesus is real. Because what he remembered is being in the dirt at the park and saying, Jesus, forgive the shooter, forgive me for my sins. And the next thing you know, he in a whole different reality. So now, this is what I do. I go to schools, I go to prisons, I'm in churches, and I'm telling people, hey, I used to be Boonk Gang, now I'm Holy Gabbana, and I live my life for Jesus. And this is why. I was in living a celebrity lifestyle. I went to jail. My cellmate, he introduced me to the gospel. I got out of jail. I did not start living for Jesus. But 2 years after that, my friend, he got shot, pronounced dead. And then he had an encounter with Jesus. And, you know, God said one man plants, another man waters, he gives the increase. So because my cellmate planted the seed and my friend got shot 2 years after and had an encounter with Jesus, now I live my life for Jesus. See, after my friend got shot and died, it's something that I realized that death is promised to me next. And all of us in this room got to die one day.
Yeah.
And it's like Jesus promises that if we give our hearts, our life to him, that when we do leave this earth, we'll live forever. So
in spirit.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, bro, if my friend is sitting in front of my face, who I know just got shot and died, and he looked me in my eyes and say, bro, I'd rather be back there where I just was than to be here with his wife and his kids. We talking serious.
Because he knew, like, and so I think what it was is he knew, like, he remembered where he came from.
It was so new. It just happened.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when he died and he went back to spirit form, it's like he remembered. It was like, oh my God,
I feel you.
I don't want to go back to this pain.
Because that's our real home.
That's our real home. And what I've been over the years and just through many experiences, I feel like we all choose to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then by coming here, we forget. And there's so many distractions, there's so many things to try to make us forget why we came here and who sent us and what our purpose is on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because these bodies are just vessels.
But that's why God is saving people like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why God is saving people like me, because we have voices and we have platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We got influence on the earth. And we could use our platforms and be like, hey, Jesus is real. Give your life to Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, check Jesus out. And then the thing about it is, you know what fame and money is like. I know what fame and money is
Yeah,
like.
we can tell them that it ain't it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we could tell them about Jesus. So
and we can tell them that. See, the great thing about it is, like, experience.
Yeah.
We've experienced these things,
Exactly.
so we can really say it. Like, we're not saying it for one just to be saying it. We don't need nothing from this from ourselves to be saying it.
That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
What I'm saying? So it's like, and I feel you, because it's like, it's whatever's in you. No matter how quiet you try to be, no matter, you just can't help. You just can't help but let it come out. And then you keep having these different instances where the spirit touched somebody else.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey man, it's real, and you're going to experience it for yourself. And the best thing to do for new believers and people is not to even try to force nothing. Just like the dude in prison did with you. He planted the seed, and every day he was an example for you.
Yeah.
He was an example, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you seeing the type of life you're supposed to lead. Even though he was in jail, it was his example that led you to this point. Now when you had your next experience, it was like, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that's amazing.
And that's what I
amazing.
be telling people all the time. Like, if you think about it, we really don't have to be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I don't gotta be on the internet preaching the gospel. I don't have to be in prison preaching the gospel. I don't have to be in churches preaching the gospel. I could talk about anything. I could do anything. But I'm choosing to do this because that's how real my experiences was.
Do you get negative feedback from people that knew you from who you were?
Absolutely.
Before?
I get negative feedback, but I also get positive feedback too. And I choose to focus on the positive. I mean, I am human, so sometimes I see it, but it's like Jesus faced negative criticism too.
So, on my fault, no, not to cut you off, but what would you say is your first encounter with Jesus? Personal encounter.
When I was locked up.
Okay.
When I was locked up. When I was singing out to him after spending time with my cellmate, and with him sharing the gospel to me, I was just singing to him, singing to Jesus.
Okay.
And after I was singing, I laid down and I started crying. Immediately, I felt the presence come over me. I couldn't explain it. I didn't have no words for it. The feeling that I felt, it was so love and peaceful, and it brought me joy.
Yeah.
Man, I hopped off my bunk so fast. I woke my cellmate up, and I just explained to him, I'm like, hey bro, I was singing to Jesus. I started crying. I showed him tears on my face. I said, bro, I felt something come over me and made me happy.
That same feeling, it give you energy all the time? Because I say that because I've been having this energy my whole life. I don't need but 2-3 hours of sleep sometimes.
Correct.
And I got joy, like just, I can't even explain it sometimes, but I know it's because of my faith and who I believe in. And that's that spirit that's been, always with me. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's what my cellmate said. He said it was the Holy Spirit.
Let me ask this, like, when people change, right, sometimes the hard part is the people that knew you before, one, accepting it, but two, like I told my friends, or when I changed, I tell my friends, I'm like, yo, you gonna change, you going on this path now, right? But now you gonna get tried by your ego. You gonna get tried. Like, I got a friend that was in the game, and then he transformed, and he started speaking different. He started, putting the guns down, all of that. And I'm like, but this gonna be the hardest part. It's easy now, but what about when them hood people try you, or someone, get your ego worked up and want you to do something? Are you still changed? Are you still developed? And are you gonna feel bad? Like, people might try you and say, yo, you a bitch now, right? Your ego gonna say, you don't know how I used to be. So what's your process behind that? Like, people that know the old you, and you not wanting to ever go back, despite what anyone says?
Like I told you before, when you asked me about how I feel about people and what they think and stuff, when I said F them, I really meant that, bro. I don't do this for people. And it's like, if you want to know Jesus and you want to change your life, walk with me, because I'm doing this for real. Let's do this together. I don't think I'm better than you. I don't think I'm above you.
We the same.
We can walk together. If you're not ready for that, then cool. You know, just let me be me and you do you.
Have you had some friends that you've had to tell, like, yo, I'm following Christ, in this path. I can't, no longer be associated, or,
Not really. When I was loud about my faith, a lot of people, they already know what's happening. They already know I'm living for God and loving Jesus, man. But to be honest, God just naturally separated people from my life. Because when I put my faith in Jesus, bro, that's all I gave my focus on. I just focused on Jesus, and then naturally I just didn't talk to people anymore.
Was it change gradual, or did it happen like it's got like?
It's gradual.
Yeah, I think change is really progressive. I don't think it's something that I think that's what the Bible speaks about in our salvation and everything is really progressive, because every day you got to die to yourself. You got to die to your flesh. Yeah. That's what bearing that cross was, is that every day you got to die to your ego. And that's what Jesus talked about. He had to go through it, the pride of life, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. He had to go through these trials and these things. And that's the things that we go through every day.
So what steps did you change on your journey? Like what was the steps like? Like, cause it's a long road. So I know it probably was hard, going back between the things you used to do, etc.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, like the reality is I'm still being changed. It's not like I'm completely changed. I'm still being worked on to transform. And, when we think about the things of God, sometimes in our mind, we can't fathom the process of God is just like how regular life is. It's like life is, like Dwight said, progressive. When you get into a new relationship, when you first met your wife, y'all had to get to know each other. Y'all had to get comfortable around each other. Right. It took time. It took intentionality. It took consistency. Or with your dog, or it's like if we gonna become friends, we gotta spend time with each other. We gotta learn each other, and that's the same thing with God. God not a robot. He's an actual living being. He's spirit. So it takes time, and that's how it is when God transforms you. It just takes time. When you raising a kid, like I got a 7-year-old. Yeah. He's a baby. He's not gonna learn everything. Right, like he don't know everything about me. All he know is I'm dad. Yeah. He don't know about my past life and stuff like that. Yeah. But as he get older, now he'll know more about his father.
Like I say that to say, like, with me when I was growing, right, I was in a state of depression. I had 4 knee surgeries in 4 years, whatever. I was smoking every day, doing stuff. And then one day I was like, I'm gonna stop smoking. Not because it's bad or whatever you say, but I stopped because I was relying on it, right? Yeah. Then in that process, when I stopped, I started drinking. And I was drinking crazy. And I'm like, wait, damn, I gotta stop this too. But it was gradual. My friend, he always said, damn, yo, like, I'm kind of like jealous of the fact you was able to stop. Because every time I try to stop, I keep going back. Like, I go 7 days and I go back. Like, that process of growth, like, how do you do that? And like you said, it's a process. I went through that process, right? But some people, they can't. They try and they can't. So for you, someone that is changing and stuff like that, how was you going through those changes? What was the hardest things for you to sacrifice?
I mean, to be honest, bro, it's one, grace, God's grace, and two, like I was saying, when it comes to relationships and just life, intentionality and consistency and time. So It's like I'm gonna use this for an example. Fornicating. Shoot, I loved having sex with prostitutes, bro. When I was young and I was getting money and getting fame, I love having sex with prostitutes. When I got saved, that just didn't go away. I still like having sex with prostitutes. But God's word says sex outside of marriage is sin against one's own body. That no fornicators, no liars, no adulterers, no idolaters, no thieves, none of these, no drunkards, none of these will inherit the kingdom of God. So, okay, cool. I like having sex with prostitutes. God say, don't have sex with prostitutes. So, in general, don't have sex outside of marriage. So, it's like, it took time, consistency, intentionality. I go a week. You said you're 7 days. You said your boy 7 days. Okay, a week, no sex. Mess around, have sex with a prostitute. Okay, cool. I'm not just gonna be like, oh my God, I failed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's over with. Let me just no, bro. I'm gonna get back on the journey. God,
I messed up.
I'm sorry. Hey, my bad. Hey, God, man, look, I know you say don't sleep outside, have sex outside of marriage, but man, I love having sex with these prostitutes, bro. Like, God, I really want to get clean from this. God, I really want to be delivered from this. God, I really want to be healed from this. Please work on me. I really want to live by your word, God.
Repent.
I may go a month. No sex. I fail.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up.
But
I want to be delivered. I want to be set free.
It takes time. People don't understand that because we live in a world of right now. People want everything to happen right now. When we repent, that you got to turn away from sin. But at the same time, I understand. We were both young. I was 19 coming into the league. I didn't have sex till I got to the NBA. So imagine you just get to the NBA, you finally get some, and now you got everything. So now I'm like, this is what it is. I can do this.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? And so it take time, and then like intentions, consistency, like whatever you want to happen in your life, you got to be intentional with it. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. There's days when I started working out in high school, waking up at 4 a.m. every single day was tough. Well, there's some days where I got up late, yes. But you know what I said? My intentions is to go to the NBA. I'm going to get this right so that every day I'm going to wake up on this time. And guess what? I had bumps along the road. But the more consistent I got with doing it, now my body knows. I can say 6 o'clock I need to wake up. 5 o'clock I need to wake up. 7 o'clock I need to wake up. My body going to get up and it's going to go. So it's all about consistency and intentions.
And look, now you got what, 20 years in the league?
20 years in the league.
So, I mean, come on. And we all know who Dwight Howard is. It's the same thing spiritually.
Yes.
You know, and when it comes to being delivered, being healed, Dwight, you heard him. Every day he didn't want to go to practice or wake up or hit the gym. But the consistency, time, you get better over time. And now we got a Hall of Famer 20 years in the league. It's the same thing.
In the spirit. It's the same
exact thing in the spirit.
Yes.
You know, every day you're not going to want to be obedient to God.
Because your flesh and your spirit are always going to be in contention. They're always going to be fighting because your flesh is going to want what it wants and your spirit is going to want what it wants.
That's what I'm saying. And then, hold on, check this out. But his main goal was making it to the league.
Yeah.
My main goal is living for God. So just because I fail, it doesn't mean I'm a failure.
That's a fact.
No, I just had a moment of I just had a bad moment.
And that's so, I'm glad you said that because throughout my time in the league, there's been instances where something might happen and it'll pop up. And now the whole world is going in on me.
Yeah.
Oh, Dwight, you a failure. You made a mistake. And I'm like, to myself, I'm like, dang, I really made just a mistake, but I'm still on this journey. My Bible ain't left me. My word ain't left me. Like, but I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? David was a man after God's own heart.
Man, look at David, man. Hey, this man done killed
another man.
You know what I'm saying? This man took somebody's wife and killed her husband. and had a baby with her. Multiple.
And then what did he do after that? He went and cried out to God. He went and cried out to God and prayed to God and repented.
And God say, that's a man after my own heart.
Right. So there you go. There you go. That lets you know that it's the world. The world has always been kick you while you down, keep 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 you down. And even the church, church was like that, man. You know, and you know that's one thing that I did not agree with at first was when people would make a mistake, even if they made a mistake in the church, everybody's shunning this person or putting them down, and it's like, hold up, like, Jesus was a woman who committed adultery. She was in the act of committing adultery. Everybody wanted to kill her, stone her. Jesus came out. He started writing on the ground. Anyone who has never committed a sin, cast the first stone. What could any of them do?
Yeah,
they walked away, you know what I'm saying? And this was an adulterous woman. So we all have sinned and come short of the glory of God.
Man, people get saved and they start feeling themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like people get saved and then act like they just wasn't in the streets. They wasn't in the club. Like people get saved and forget how it was to be, how they was when they weren't saved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're not even walking in your own power, dog. You're walking in God's power, bro. Calm down. Like,
but see, I think that that's also the way that maybe some of the church has been perceived. Like people like, oh, now I know I'm a child of God. So, but God didn't do that. Jesus didn't come and do that. Jesus could have done so much to people, the people that tried to hurt him.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But he like, nah, I got to come here to fulfill these scriptures and do what my Father has asked me to do. And that probably was even tough. You know what I'm saying? For one, to have disciples that you are leading, but then you got your brethren, because people don't talk about this. Jesus had his brethren, and Jesus had disciples.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. Mm-hmm. I got my homies and I got my kids that I'm teaching. That's two different things.
And you know, at one point, Jesus he called his disciples friends.
Yeah. But what happened? They had to go through a process. Yeah. They had to go through a process, and even Jesus had to go through his own process. All of us got to go through that purging process, or that process where we had to become one with ourselves. Jesus had to do it in Nazarene when he had to separate himself from everyone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We all have to go through that separation process, and I think people be afraid to have the separation process or the process of being alone because we want to bring everybody with us. But we have to get alone for that season so we can come back and fulfill our purpose and do whatever it is that God is asking us to do in that season. So, you know, do you feel that 5-month time for you in jail, I know we're going back, do you feel like that was kind of like that separation stage from the world and kind of everything where you could, you know, hear from somebody who was sending that word from God?
That's not how I looked at it though.
But that's how I end up, in retrospect.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
But sure, because as I'm in there, I'm thinking like, bro, how am I getting back on the ground? I'm thinking like, bro, like I gotta change my name. I gotta do something different. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm thinking, because you know, outside of these personas or these characters, bro, I'm just John. Yeah. Like Boonk is
the character.
Yeah, it's a character, bro. It's not even real.
Yeah.
It's just a persona that I was playing to get fame and money and followers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, outside of Holy Gabbana, dude, I'm John. Mm-hmm. It's like these are just personas.
But see, I'm glad you kind of you said that, because people don't really understand how the camera and everything works. You know what I'm saying? They only see what's in that lens, what's coming from that lens. They don't see behind the lens. They don't see who's behind it. They don't see who's controlling it. Yeah. They don't see who's writing the scripts. You
That's
know
what I'm saying. Like you think Tobey Maguire just walking around New York? No, bro.
Yeah.
He's just doing that on the movie set, on the movie scene.
Yeah.
He's not, when the camera shut off, he's not just shooting webs out his hands and swinging on buildings. Like, come on, bro. I was just playing a role for the gram.
But
That's it.
But that's hard. That's really, I just think after living and traveling and experiencing life, there's real life NPCs.
Yeah, that's all I'm about to say.
There's real life non-player
you
characters.
have power. It's certain people that they don't even. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like their soul is gone because, for me, from what I've studied, our soul is our mind, our will, and our emotions. And I feel like there's so many people here whose souls are lost. They don't have their mind, their will, and their emotions are not there. You know what I'm saying? Because of so many things that have happened in our society, from the social medias, the drugs, whatever it may be. But there's so many things that have caused people to just be like soulless.
But that's why Jesus gave his life.
Correct.
That's why Jesus gave his life, so we can have our soul renewed and reunited with God. Because all of us human beings, we have a spot inside of us that's specifically for God. Mm-hmm. And if you don't receive Jesus, it's empty. And you try to fill it with drugs, you try to fill it at the club, you try to fill it with women, you try to fill it with men, you try to fill it with alcohol, you try to fill it with whatever. If it's collections, collecting cars or whatever, boats or whatever you like to do, you try to fill that.
Because
it's not, God can feel it.
Because it's not even something that is physical. See, I think what it is people are trying to find all these physical things to fill something up that's spiritual.
Exactly.
So that's what he's saying. You can't fill your cup with all these material things because, one, you're not material.
Yeah, you're
spiritual. Yeah, so this is just a meat suit. That's all this is. So all these things we've experienced this even at a young age. The money, the cars, the fame, the women, the sex, all these different things. We used it to try and fill us up. Fill a void that none of these things could even come close to filling. We wanted more of this, more of that, but we were just losing ourselves. That's why the Bible talks about you can gain the whole world and lose your mind, your will, and your emotions, your soul. So don't allow this world to think that you got to have all these different things. There's the money, the cars, the fame, the celebrityism, everybody knowing who you are. God knows who you are. You already have a name.
Yeah.
You already have a spiritual name. These names that we get, that is a persona. Dwight Howard is not my real name. I know my real name, my spiritual name. All of us have it. So how do you get it? Look inside. And God has it.
I was going to say it's crazy that y'all was talking. I was reading this morning. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's messages within all religions, right?
Yes.
My father's an imam. That's like the equivalent to a
preacher.
Yeah.
In Islam. And he studies every religion. He done spoke to my father. He read every book, all of that. But he had me reading this book from the Quran, and I was reading it today. And it was saying excessive love and attachment to worldly desires are the cause of enslavement. But the one who is abstemious is not the one who wants nothing, but the one who is not owned by anything. There is no merit in possessing nothing, but there is great merit in not being owned by anything. Mm-hmm. So the cure is moderation. The chapter was basically talking about it's not that wanting
you can't have, it's good to want all these different things, but not let it over.
It owns
you. Yeah.
What's your process of? I mean, I'm gonna ask this to Dwight because he then has so much. What was your process of learning that?
I had to go through it for one and two. Growing up, none of the stuff I had ever owned me. I never cared about money in that aspect. Like I gotta go get money. Like I'm doing this for money. Like everything really was in my head. I dreamed it. I seen it, and I was like, I'm gonna go get this. I seen it. The White House. This house I got now, I seen it. I used to always say I wanted the White House because I wanted to be the president. Hey, we going to the White House. So now my house got pillars like the White House, you know. All these different things, you know, it's from Jerusalem. My limestone that's all over my house is from Jerusalem.
Yeah.
How do I have Jerusalem limestone? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, all these different things, the cars I've had so many cars, like different type of, all these different things, and they're just things. And I realized that, yes, I enjoyed it. This came from my hard work, dedication to this craft. But I know where my real strength, I know where the real love and all this stuff come from. So I don't really need all this stuff. So he even's been around. I'm a person that's like, you know what? God told me I need to get rid of this. My cars, my favorite cars, my favorite things. But it's just like,
oh, you talking about the Rolls?
My purple car.
Oh, that was a beautiful jump.
Yeah, it's just like God said, you don't need it.
It's so crazy.
You don't need it.
The next line, people, the next line say, it's not disrespectful to God, you know, if you have gold, right? What is wrong with possessing gold is the danger of arrogance, power, and deprivation of others that comes from the accumulation of it.
I'm gaining all that wealth and everything. Yeah.
You have all of this, but when people meet you, they say, dang, Dwight Howard is so humble.
No
He's
cap.
still with the people. It's the people that let what the stuff does to them.
That change them. Because money, I don't necessarily see money as something that's bad. I think it's a way it can be accessed, but when you love it, when you let it, when you would do anything to get it, whatever it is, when you love sex, when you love drugs, if you love fame, when you're trying to do anything to get it, which you come to this dead end every time, like, that wasn't it, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I was so glad that I was able to experience it at the highest level, you know what I'm saying? So I could always tell people like, yo, hey y'all, sorry to break away from the show. I just had to let you know that there's a reason why I'm a basketball Hall of Famer. Just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. With over $25 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has proven a track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people, just like you and I. When hiring Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring an army that has your back. If you are injured by the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/abovetherim or dial #law #529 from your cell phone. This is a paid advertisement. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even now, like as much as I love playing in the NBA, being a part of it, a lot of times when people be asking, do I want kids to go to the NBA or play basketball and stuff, my answers be kind of two-sided, because on one side I'm like, I really don't want them to, because that whole world, they could get lost in it.
Yeah.
I'd rather them stay close to, if they got family, all that, because if they get into this, it's something totally different. And if you don't have a good, strong foundation, you can get swallowed alive.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
What's your favorite?
Look at your boy, what's his man name? Nah, he played with LeBron.
The center?
Oh, no, he's talking about the lefty.
dude.
He's talking about the shooter.
Light-skinned dude.
Who's staying in Dallas, Delonte West.
Look at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we could name a list of celebrities, bro, who's not doing so good, man. And
it's not that they are bad people
No.
or anything like that. It really is. A lot comes into the world of fame, professional sports, because remember, we're dealing with principalities and spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And so these spirits have been here forever. These bodies don't be here forever. Spirit is forever. So these spirits have seen, they have a consciousness, they understand. So, you know, we, the people that have an opportunity to breathe, we can't allow this outside stuff to affect us. But man, it's hard. It's hard because so much stuff is being put in our eyes now. You know what I'm saying? We get to see so much stuff. The distractions was less and less when we was coming up.
Yeah.
But now the distractions is everywhere, you know, and I just feel like the main goal is to make people lose their souls. So what do you think we need to do as people to kind of like, I know it's never happened in our world, but kind of like get peace? And how do you think as one we can get peace or bring some type of peace here?
Bro, one, I believe that God gives us peace, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like, peace is not the absence of struggle, but it's just trusting God, trusting Him with the struggle.
Correct.
You know, so it's like, shoot, you know, if I have a bad month, or you know, I have an issue at home or with family, I trust that it all gonna work out for my good. That's what God say. He say all things work together for His good, for those who love Him, and are called according to His purpose. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, I believe that it's just really ultimately trusting God with everything. No, I can't control this situation, but I know the one who is in control of the situation. And two, just coming into community and fellowshipping with people who believe the same thing you believe. You know, so it's like if you fall and
I'm there to help you out.
You know, yeah. So you know, you having a bad month, or you might be tripping, or you might want to crash. I'd be like, hey, Dwight, you know, let's talk.
Mm-hmm. Do you cry?
Absolutely.
Do you cry a lot?
Not as much as I used to.
Not as much as you used to. Was your crying? Did you cry from like the sadness? Was it sadness crying, or was it like anger? Like
so it was sadness. It was anger, and it was a lack of understanding. Like, I didn't understand what life was about. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't think it was fair to be brought into a situation that I didn't ask for. Like, I didn't think it was fair to have life and not want to live. I didn't think it was fair to have parents who weren't loving. Like, I didn't think that was fair. So it was definitely anger because I wanted to fix the situation, but I didn't know how.
Yeah.
It was definitely sadness because I didn't like how I was treated, you know. And then on my journey to as being a young celebrity, like I just, you know, I was grieved from all the choices that I made. I'm like, dang, man, I messed this up.
Yeah.
I wanted it to go this way.
But it didn't, yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't go how I wanted it to go. And it was like, I got to the point where it's like, man, what the world is life even about? Why?
Yeah, like, why am I here?
Yeah.
What is,
But now I understand. So, you know, and I say this because there's so many other people out there who just wonder, why am I here? It's crazy. Like, it's crazy work that we have life. Life is a gift, and people don't understand.
Yeah,
they're committing suicide as kids
because they just don't have that level of understanding. See, I think all of us, we have a plethora of knowledge because we come from God. God is spirit, is conscious, so we have knowledge, but we don't have understanding. So that's why we ask the questions. But then when we go to school and stuff, church, they tell us don't question God. But I love to ask God questions. And I feel like it's crazy to tell people don't question God. I think that God wants you to ask him questions, and then he gonna give you the answers.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, God say seek him, and seek him with all your heart, mind, and soul. So how the hell you gonna seek if you don't ask?
You don't ask. But I'm saying, like, we have been taught. Like, I grew up Christian church, even in school. One thing is don't question God. The other thing is people is afraid to put their hand up and ask questions because of what other people would say.
That's religion. People done boxed in our faith.
Yeah.
And restricted us. But it's like, if my son come to me and ask me questions, I'm not gonna smack him up and be like,
tell him shut up.
Yeah, you know, and be like, why you asking me all these questions?
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm glad. It's good. And you know what? It was, I know this is crazy, but it's a movie, Frankenstein, just came out on Netflix. And to me, it was so good because this guy basically came into the world. He was a human. He was an adult already, so he didn't go through that baby phase, the growing up and learning and getting understanding. He just grew up being able to talk, being able to hear, and understand, but he didn't have no knowledge of what was going on. And then the only thing he wanted to do was figure out who created him. Like, who did this to me? Like, why am I here? Why did you do this?
Yeah.
And so after all this time in the movie, he's searching for this guy who created him because nothing could kill him. Nothing could stop him. He's like, dang, I got this crazy body. All I remember is this person named Victor. All I got in my head is Victor, Victor, Victor. And then in the whole movie, he's looking for Victor, and he finds Victor, and he's like, why? What did you do this to me for? Like, all I remember was peace and darkness and stillness, but now I got rage and people want to kill me. Like, I feel like we all go through that, and we're supposed to have our parents, and we're supposed to have these people that came before us to really kind of teach us.
Nah, you're right. Check this out. God say that he's placed eternity in the hearts of human.
Mm-hmm.
In every human being heart, there's a desire to live forever. Nobody want to die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true.
God say he put that there.
Yeah.
So in every human being heart, we all know, we may not know it's Jesus, but we all know it's more to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
But I feel like it's so many distractions and we get.
But that's the thing.
We forget.
So just like how you say Victor was searching for his creator, we all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Our creator is Jesus.
That was a bar.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
But it's crazy though. He's right though. We all doing that.
I just read too this morning. It's so crazy.
About searching.
What he just said, everyone wants the desire to live
forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
But we all face the same exact
Yeah.
thing no matter what.
Yeah. So just like how you just described Victor, that's all of us.
That's why I said the movie was so good, because I'm sitting there like, dang, this man, he going through so much pain. I'm talking about he fighting everybody. He done went in the ocean. He stayed, they froze him. He was damn near frozen for a period of time in the movie. But he was like, no, I got to find Victor. Wherever Victor at, I'm looking for him. And I feel like as humans, we've been on this journey looking for this spirit when the spirit is here right in front of us, and it's all around us, and it's you, it's him, it's him, it's him, it's me. We all don't even realize that it's us. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that the world has been distracted so much of that from that. You know what I'm saying? But that movie really kind of brought it back. For me. It was really good movie.
We're supposed to be spiritually alive. Some of us is spiritually dead. Yeah, but that's what the Holy Spirit is all around. Drawing us closer to God. But man, a lot of us just a whole bunch of dead victors looking for life inside the bottle, drugs, women, men, cars, whatever, money. And man, it's Jesus, bro. That's what you're searching for, is Jesus. And the reason why, I tell people they talk about Jesus, this and that. Look, I was 20 years old and I felt like I gave the gram my all and ended up sleeping on my sister's couch. So when I put my faith in Jesus, my mom was like, F it.
Yeah.
Let me give it a shot.
Yeah.
What can I lose?
Because I done did everything else.
What can I lose?
Yeah.
So I tell people the same thing.
What can you lose?
If just call on his name. Give him a shot. See what he do.
Really just it's all about intentions.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want your life anyway. You want to die anyway. You don't like your job. You want to die. Like, you want to give up. You want to quit. Why not call on Jesus? See what he could do. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Sound like that one
I like
commercial.
your process of like, even earlier you were saying about some people that get saved, they start acting like they ain't never did nothing and stuff. Your mindset about being judgmental and all of that, like you can be on your spirit, in your spiritual, journey of growth, but that doesn't mean that you understand other people are still on their own.
Yeah, you can't, because the one thing is, like, as Christians, as people who we're supposed to live like Christ, Jesus didn't condemn nobody for sinning. He wanted to help them so they wouldn't sin. He said, go and do what? Sin no more.
Yeah.
He didn't say, man, you bad. Why you keep sinning? He said, oh no.
He didn't. He said he didn't come to condemn the world. He came to save it.
With truth.
That's what I wanted to ask.
And it's like Jesus, he don't hate the sinner, but he don't
hate the spirit of sin that's in that person, because we all spirits. He don't hate none of us.
So, you know, my son, he disobeyed me. I don't hate him. Hey, don't, you know, we not doing that. I love my son, but what you just did, tighten up.
And then that's when we have the rod of correction. See, a lot of times people took that as spankings. The rod of correction. Yeah, really, it could be me speaking. It could be me using the paddle. Okay. But the thing is for correction, and we don't correct. And God say He disciplines the one He loves. You know what is crazy? I tell my son, I have 5 kids. My youngest son stayed with me. His mom passed when he was 5 or 6. He's 11 now. And, you know, so until I got married, it was like I had to be mom and dad, you know, and it was super tough wanting to correct my son, but also, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, I can't. I got to correct him. I always tell him, listen, man, if I did not love you, if I didn't care about your life, I wouldn't say nothing to you. Yeah. I wouldn't try to correct you. Facts. But this is what God does. Facts. The reason why He's on me and you so much is because He loves us so much that He don't want nothing to happen. You so precious. And then when something bad happened, everybody's like, well, then why God allow this to happen? You got to realize, like I tell people, God is a spirit. So God will use any vessel for His glory. We can't get upset because He's going to be here forever. Yeah. These bodies is not, you know what I'm saying? We get offended and upset when somebody has to transition and die. When something bad happens, we want to blame God. No, that's the spirit that may be working through that person, whatever they're doing. There's good spirits and there's bad spirits.
So is karma real?
And I don't believe in karma.
I don't think karma necessarily. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, and you know, brokenness is just a part of the world that we live in. Mm-hmm. Adam and Eve messed it up for all of us. And that's just, you know, that's just a part of the world. You know, so I tell my kid all the time, God may have allowed it, but it doesn't mean He did it or He wanted it to happen. Yeah. And it's like, if God didn't allow things and He just controlled everything, we wouldn't have free will. It wouldn't be real life because God is just controlling every single thing.
He's giving us a choice.
Yeah. Yes, so it's like we got choice. He let us live. He let us experience life. That's just His love. That's His grace. Like if I controlled my son, you know, it's like, he wouldn't love life. Yeah, he
tried to do it on the movie. The guy Victor tried to do it to the Frankenstein on the movie. He tried to control every little thing he was doing, and when he couldn't do it, he was getting upset at the Frankenstein for not listening to him. And it's like the dude, like, well, you created me. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. I'm just doing it, and it's just how we were. So that's why I feel like a lot of those things on this earth had to be put in place for us. The laws, you know, making sure we have a moral compass and all this stuff. Because if none of this stuff was put in place, the world would go crazy.
Exactly.
It would be savages. It would just be no kind of like order, you know. So we had to have some type of law and some type of order. Now, what people did with that, obviously, is they took that and they spun it. And they made it to where they could get a gain from it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why people think that religion, God, and all these different things could be bad because of how the world has taken something so precious. Just think about it. When we're babies, what they always say about all of us, oh, you're a beautiful gift from God. So when we was a baby, we will get a gift from God. How can we not steal gifts from God? We still babies. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So all of us are a gift from God. So when the world gets a new gift, what does the world do with new gifts? They try to destroy it. Any perfect and beautiful thing that is being made from God, the world tries to destroy it. So it's like, we have to do a better job, and I think, of protecting the gifts, and then we got to protect our gift first so we can protect other people's.
And that's stewardship. And to answer your question, the reason why I don't believe in karma, because it's like, if I say, God, forgive me, I'm forgiven. I mean, God do say you reap what you sow. So if I'm out here, you know, sowing judgment.
You doing bad, it's gonna come back on you.
It's gonna come back to me.
So I think people are misusing that word karma. They are expecting for something good or bad to happen when it's really just it's what life is. You're gonna have good and bad moments. The Bible say that the rain falls on the just and the unjust. The sun is gonna shine on good people and bad people. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the part of karma that you don't believe in?
Well, I think karma stems from Hinduism. So
karma retribution.
Yeah, so I mean, God specifically say you reap what you sow. And if I make a mistake and I ask for God's forgiveness, I'm forgiven. So 5 years later, I'm not going to experience what, I did unless it was something like I scammed and then 5 years later, it come back, like the police find it or something like that. Then
but that's reaping what you sow. You did something, you got to pay for it.
I had an argument with my mentor because he was saying he don't believe in karma and all of that, and my best friend. But I look at it like the reap what you sow is the same concept, kind of karma, because karma don't always come. I seen Charleston White talking about karma ain't real. What about slavery and all this stuff? Gang members that's still in the street, and I look at it like when my father was teaching me about stuff, right? He's like, I'm like, yo, what about the gang members and stuff like that and all that? Reap what you sow. And he's like, yo, you don't understand heaven and hell. I know, like, you got heaven and hell, but he said some people could be living in hell. Some people, a gang member that most of his friends is dying at a certain age and doing this, and he's in hell with his own reality right now. He's going through what he sowed and stuff, right? And the same thing, vice versa. He said, things not gonna come good to you just because you do good.
Right.
You don't know when it's gonna come. You don't know when it is. But I think these concepts in all these different religions, it's all universals teaching, trying to teach the same things in different ways. Because in the Quran it say Allah sent the messenger to each people speaking its language, and every people needed something different. Because some people need
different regions of the world,
languages, and people resonate in a different way. Some people teach it like you said, your teacher, when you not your teacher, but the person who mentored you,
Marcelli.
That someone else could have tried to mentor you in the past, but it wouldn't resonate with you.
And then he could have had a pastor could have been talking to him, and it probably wouldn't have resonated. But it had to be somebody at the time in his own frequency.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who basically went through what you was going through at a point in your life.
It's so crazy because I had two mentors, right? One I couldn't relate to, one I could. But I said, why? He said, you got 3 different teachers in life, right? You got someone that only succeeded, that keeps trying to, shun you, and you don't know how, because you making mistakes and you don't know how to get to that point. You got someone that succeeded after they failed, and you got someone that never succeeded. The person that never succeeded, you could learn from them because you could learn what not to do. The person that succeeded, you know the steps to success. The person that knew both, they was in your position and they changed so they could teach you. And I had to realize that. We was talking about the message. He said that the other day, like people say, don't listen. What do people be saying? Like,
they say right message but wrong messenger.
Yeah. Before we get too far, I want to. So this is what I believe. I believe that God, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, Holy Spirit, I believe they're the original, the only God.
Okay.
And we got Hinduism, we got Islam, we got all these other religions. So I believe that there are some truths in there. I don't think everything in there is a lie. Like there is some stuff you could nitpick out, and I believe that's facts.
Yeah.
But I believe the Bible and Jesus Christ is the ultimate truth and the original truth. So it's like this. Fatboy SSE, he did the type of content that I did before me. So I just saw what was there, and I'm like, oh, I could do that too. So now people know of me and my form, they think it's me, and I built my own following off of it. And people think I'm the originator, and I'm like, bro, I saw a whole nother grown man doing this before me. I'm not the originator. But I'm saying that, right? But I built a whole platform off of it, whole brand, made my own name off of it and everything else. And I believe it's the same thing with these other religions. I believe that Jesus Christ is the original, the first, the beginning, and the end. And all these other forms of religion came after him. And it's like, now we see all these truths and we be like, well, who's the truth? Who's the originator? Well, I look at the person where over 500 people saw a man die and then be like, oh, he's alive again. Him, that's the one who died and then came back to life. He's the truth. That's where I'm going. Because if we look at all these other men, what they at? Dead. Anybody else saw them? No. They dead, they gone. But what they built is still here, and they still have followers and everything else like that. Yeah. But who's the originator? I believe that's Jesus Christ.
And well, the crazy thing about that is in Islam, most people don't know. In Islam, in the Quran, it says that the Bible definitely came before the Quran did. So with us, it's like it's more of a thing where it's like, we also believe in Jesus too.
We believe Jesus is the Messiah.
We believe Jesus is the Messiah as well too. For us,
hey, I'm not going to cap. I was on FaceTime with Kevin Gates, and cause Kevin Gates
he's Muslim as well.
And I was chopping it up with him, and he was like, and the reason why we got on the phone is because I made a post, and I was like, man, why all these celebrities going to Islam? Like it's a trend or something.
Yeah, I remember he made that.
Yeah, so Kevin, he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, much love, brother, but you wrong. Let's get on the phone. Let's chop it up." So we get on the phone, and he's like, "Man, you just look so much at peace right now, man. So way better than what we're seeing, man. We just seen you hurt and broken, but you look so much better now." And I was like, man, appreciate it, but let's talk about Jesus. What you feel? He is like, yeah, we believe in Jesus, but he's just not the Messiah. He's a prophet of God. And I was like, see that.
Well, we
believe he is the Messiah.
He's the Messiah, the chosen one, Messiah, chosen one. But we don't believe he's actually
God, the living, like God himself, exactly.
Because we believe that God is like the all being, the all.
The one absolute.
God is all, which is the all, which is in all.
Absolutely.
So we believe when Jesus went on the cross, and before he went on the cross, he was praying to the Father. That's the God we believe in.
Yeah.
But it's not a different God.
It's not a different God.
Muslims don't go around saying Allah is not God. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, but with all religions, you got people
who try to twist it.
You just said Kevin Gates said he ain't the Messiah. We do believe that.
But when it comes to the outward expression, God the Father is spirit. We can't physically see God the Father. Yes. And it's like this. So my body is the outward expression of who I am on the inside. My facial expressions is showing you what's going on the inside.
Your countenance.
Like, my hand movement, everything. All this is showing you what's on the inside. Like I can't see my outside, what's on my face, but you can. Jesus Christ is the outward expression of God the Father, the Spirit. It's
it's simple. Manifest. He had to come into the man.
We can't see God, but if we look at Jesus, now we can see exactly how God is moving because I can see Jesus.
Essentially, we believe the same thing, but with us is more. I would say for us is more the label of it, right? So the definition of a prophet is one who speaks on the behalf of God. So correct. Even let's say I'm sure you don't believe in Muhammad. I'm certain you don't believe in Muhammad, but like Muhammad, we believe in Abraham, Moses, Noah. Like every prophet that you guys, I'm gonna say you guys believe in. Every prophet that's in the Bible, we also believe in too. The stories are not any different. So when it comes to Jesus, it will really be coming down to like the label of it all. Because for us, the only difference would be that we don't believe he is the living God.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 25.
25. How old are you?
26.
26. I'm 29.
Yes, sir.
Dwight about to be 40. why are we arguing? We not arguing.
No, we definitely not.
We're not arguing. But I'm just saying, like, I'm using arguing in general as the world.
Yeah.
Why in the world are we arguing about the label of Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
We just got here.
That's a fact.
We just got here, bro.
Yeah, so we ain't see.
40 years old is still young.
Yeah.
You just coming into existence. Think about it. Because Abraham, Noah, all them boys, they lived for 500 years, 900 years.
Yeah.
We still knew the life.
Facts.
And we said, we didn't see Jesus face to face.
At all.
Why are we talking about who Jesus is? We don't know him. Technically, we don't know who Jesus is.
Yeah.
We just believe in.
And it say, blessed are who?
Yeah, blessed who believe and haven't seen.
You know, it's funny.
We ain't laid. I don't know how Jesus Christ looks.
Yeah.
I just believe that he's God because what I've experienced and placing my faith in him.
For a fact.
And it's so crazy. Like, I told you my father email, but my father was Christian before. And he turned Muslim when he was 19, right? About 60 something. And he said he was preaching, you know, like not preaching, but speaking about Islam or whatever. And this lady came, a Christian lady, and she said, I want to convert. He said, why you want to convert? Stay, whoever is true to their religion, stay in your religion, be passionate, believe, and you will be blessed. Jehovah's Witnesses knock on the door, right? You know, people don't answer. My father answered it. I'm like, why you was talking to him for 5 hours? He's like, because I'm telling him, like, you trying to convert me. Be humble, be faithful, believe in what you believe in to the best
to the fullest of your ability.
And you will be blessed.
So this is what I was in a Chinese food spot, and the Hebrew Israelite, he came up to me and he like, Gabbana, man, I see what you're doing, man. You know, I love how you change your life, but you know, you a Hebrew Israelite. I'm like, brother. Bro, I'm not trying to have this conversation, bro. And he's like, man, take down my number, bro. Let me just teach you a few things. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, so what makes you think I'm wrong? And he just trying to teach me and stuff. I'm like, bro, listen, you believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe. You're not, why are you sitting here trying to convert me? Like, we good. And he just want to trying to argue me down. And I'm like, bro, listen, look, we don't believe in the same thing, but check this out. I respect you as a man.
Gangsta.
Leave me alone, bro.
Gangsta.
You believe you, and let me believe what I believe in.
Right.
Leave me alone. And he wouldn't leave me alone. He wanted to argue me down.
He was just aggressive.
No, I understand, because that's how Hebrew Israelites are. But
And he still want to argue me down.
But this is the thing, like, even with the Jehovah's Witnesses, like, I know they believe something like only a certain amount of people.
144,000.
Yeah, so this how they left. My father was like, you know, it's millions of Jehovah's Witnesses, right? So one of you ain't making it.
Yeah, but you see, and this the thing. It's like, I understand there's so many different beliefs out there and religions and stuff like that. That's why, like, when we talking, I'm not just gonna be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. I say, I believe this, and this is why I believe.
And then it's not like, people don't understand, like, how many religions you think there is?
It's a lot.
Hundreds.
It's so
Thousands
It's a lot.
even.
Nah,
Like,
see,
in Africa alone, like, one country might have 74 different religions.
Yes, there is over 10,000 religions. There is over either 4,200 or 3,500, something like that, Christian denominations.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
More than one type of Christians, yeah.
It's
only two
What
types.
type of Muslim you are?
I'm a Sunni.
And then you
I'm a
got
Sufi.
your Sufi. You got, it's a different types. So I started traveling the world at 18. You know what I'm saying? Which was a real blessing for me, because I started going to different temples. I started going to, like, we was in Dubai, Africa. Well, not Dubai. We went to the big mosque in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we was in Asia,
You
in
went to
Taiwan,
the-
I
you
went to
the
all
temples.
the temples. I went to the temple in Thailand where they got the big Buddha. It was more so I can have a better understanding. And this is what I came to understand from this. When I went to go to the temple in Dubai, they had the 99 prospects or names of God. When I went to Asia and I seen the temple, they got the 99 names or the different money gods or the different gods that they called God. They're talking about different aspects. When we look at Christianity, they might say Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha, El Shaddai, God of protection, God of love. So I started saying, okay, on the Muslim faith, God got all these different aspects to him. So that this one force, this one energy, this one source of everything has all these different aspects. So maybe from what I'm seeing is when they want this aspect of God, this is what they praying for, this spirit. When they want this aspect, even in Asia, when they want the money God to bless them, they're praying to the money spirit. When they want the fertility spirit, they're praying. So then when I'm reading my Bible, I'm saying, okay, God is saying have no other spirits or the gods before me. So what does that tell me? There has to be a most high God. You see what I'm saying? But that I had to come through that revelation by traveling, by gaining an understanding. And I also went through a phase in the NBA where I was questioning even if God was real.
See, bro,
have you went through a phase like that?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna touch on both. And see, there are quote unquote little g multiple gods, but they're demons. Because God calls Satan a god. He say, but it's the little g God. And God says that Satan is the God of this earth.
The God of this world, yes.
Yeah.
Prince of the air.
So God is like a warden, like a domain.
Say what?
He uses it in like a domain sense, like a
God.
like a warden.
So see,
Like
there's
the
so many.
lowercase
So the
g.
word God itself, God, G-O-D.
Yeah.
Generator, operator, destroyer. That's the little God. Generator, operator, destroyer. And the Bible says, Jesus said, isn't it in your law that ye are gods and children of the Most High? That's the little God. Generator, operator, destroyer. All of us, we are generators, operators, and destroyers of our own life. We can generate, operate, and destroy. The Most High God, Yahweh, that's the God that's in everything, the force that's in everything, me, you,
The creator.
everything that we see. That's the force, that's the invisible force, and that's the force that's inside of us. I feel like we just don't get that understanding because the way that we have been taught our faith is through personalization. So they tried to make God into they giving us person, our human trait, personification.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's where people get messed up in their mind. They can't fathom who God is because we try to personify this spirit.
But the reason why, and God is more than a force. He's alive. God is literally alive.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
he's
living
living.
spirit. Yes.
And this is why we can't fathom him, because we're separated from him. That's why we can't fathom God.
In the flesh. We're in the flesh, yeah.
But check this out. That's not how Adam and Eve was flesh. But they walked with God. They literally walked with God. They was that close with God. God made Adam and Eve right there in the garden. Adam had a one-on-one relationship with God. Eve had a one-on-one relationship with God. We don't know that closeness with God because we was born into sin. We was born separated from God. So we look at God like, who is you? We can't fathom him. All we know is each other. All we know is survival. All we know is the trees, the world that we live in, but we don't know the creator of it.
That's that lower version of ourselves.
Yes.
That's that lower, the carnal mind.
Yes. But that's how we was born. Adam and Eve weren't created like that. Adam and Eve knew God. Adam and Eve children knew God.
Yes, because they had their own creation story as well. Like in the Bible, because it's more than one creation story in Genesis. Because in the first part of Genesis, it says, and God said, "Let there be."
That's what it says.
Another
in the
part that
Quran.
says, "And the Lord God." You know what I'm saying? So, when I went through my phase of trying to figure out if God is real, I'm doing this while I'm in the NBA. Like even after I done said, I want to put the cross on the logo, on the NBA logo. After I done, went out and spoke to millions of people about who God is to me. I went through some times where I was like, yo, bro, you really real? Like,
me too.
Where you at? Like,
Yeah, me too.
What's up, man? Like, these people, I'm out here really trying for you.
That
And
phase.
yeah, it was a phase. I was pissed off at God. I'm telling people the God in the Bible ain't real. I'm going through this phase. Dwight Howard, I'm telling people before games, they about to go to Bible study. I mean, not Bible study, but what they have before games where they all come, everybody come.
Well, chapel.
I'm like, man,
I mean, that's
with
just relationship, though. You
Yeah.
feel me? Because you like, that's a phase. Yeah, it's a phase, but it's a phase in every real relationship, bro. It's
Facts.
like, if I look, I don't got a wife, I had a girl, though, do you love me? Why you acting like this? Why you tripping? It's a part of relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No relationship is perfect.
But that's what we be expecting, and that's what we
We
be
expect
wanting.
perfection.
We expect that.
We can't fathom a spiritual relationship with God and that it works just like, bro, you got relationship with your dog.
Yeah.
People got relationship with their pets, with their co-workers, with their mamas, with their daddies, with their aunties,
their
with their
plants.
goldfish.
No
and
cap,
like,
no
how do you
cap.
have a relationship
Because
with
you
God?
spend time with them.
Is any
You gotta
bruh,
spend time with
You know what I'm
God.
saying? But
Yeah.
it's like, your relationship with your pet ain't perfect all the time.
No.
Oh, you pooped in the house?
You mad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your relationship with your mama,
But that's not what we expect. See, I think people also, because of how we were all brought up, the genie. God was
that's
a
what I'm
genie, so
saying.
they're not expecting God to get mad or you to get mad at God.
well,
and
God is
all these
always
different-
good. We the one
to
that's
get
jacked
mad.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're not. Well, God is that. Sometimes I feel like God be like, hey, now you done messed up. I'm gonna have to whip your butt for that.
Right.
Cause you
Fact.
wasn't supposed to do that, and me and you know that you better than that, Dwight. But I gotta whip your ass this one time to get you back online.
Yeah.
You
He
know what I'm
say he
saying?
disciplines the ones he
Yeah,
loves.
so I understand it. I don't get mad when I just try to make sure that I don't want him to discipline me, because that means it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna come with some purging.
Yeah.
It's gonna come with some fire.
Yeah.
That means he's gonna push people away. People gonna get out that I might love or whatever it is. Like, but then at the end of the day, I love that process because it's made me who I am. Like, even going through those phases of not thinking that God was there, and then I come back the next year, I'm in my shower crying like, God, thank you. And he's like, I told you, I will never leave you nor forsake you.
Amen.
Never leave you.
Amen.
And I'd be like, God, you be feeling like you're gonna be like, no. But sometimes I gotta see how you gonna handle it. I gotta see what you gonna do if I give you this. You know what I'm saying? So I be so.
And that's us.
I went on farted. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And that's us thinking like adults.
Yeah.
Because it's like we don't expect our children to have that type of mindset.
Yeah.
We like, come on, I'm your daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because we grown and we've experienced life, we like, nah, God, I gotta see what you working with first. That's our adult mind.
Yeah.
But God don't tell us to be
Instead of
adults. He
just
tell us to
doing
be
what-
children.
Be like the child. That's what children do. They just come. Before we wrap up, I just gotta ask you this: like, being a father. Like, we didn't talk about this. How is being a father?
Bro, God be teaching me a lot.
Just from your son?
Yeah, like he be teaching me a lot. My son, he don't ask me, Daddy, how I'm gonna eat. He don't ask that. He just expect food to be at the dinner table. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it come to me, shoot, I be questioning God, like, how you gonna do that, bro?
Yeah.
And when I recognize how my son be moving, I be like, God, I need a heart like him.
Keep my heart like that.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
and it's not even keep, it's like transform my heart to like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so used to doing stuff on my own, and like I'm like you, like I got to see how this gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm questioning God. I'm doing this, but when I look at my son, I'm like, man, I'll break my neck for him, to provide for him, to feed him. And all he doing, he just on his iPad. He ain't worried about nothing.
Living. He ain't even think about
He
it.
don't care about getting new clothes and new shoes and stuff like that. He just chilling.
Yeah.
He just happy being on the Oculus playing the game or
the
something.
Oculus.
And that's how God tell us to be.
Yeah.
God like, I'm gonna take care for you. Jesus say, ain't life more than the clothes you wear? Ain't than the food? Like, ain't life more important than that? He like, the birds, they don't work, they don't do none of this, and God take care of them. But aren't you more valuable than the birds?
Yeah.
And just through fathering, and just my love for my son, I'm a flawed human being, but bro, I take a bullet for my son. I don't want my son to go through something like I jump in front of that. But if I feel this way as a man who might sin when I leave your house, how much more God, who had no sin in him, feel about us? How much more will he provide for us? How much more will he give his son to die for us?
Yeah, he's loved. So I was just reading that scripture in our Bible study last night and going over it again. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son.
That's like, jumping in front of a bullet, bro.
That's like, you know how much love, like for anybody who got kids, y'all understand. You understand? I know you ain't got.
I ain't got no jits.
You ain't got no jits yet. But once you have a child, it's just a level of understanding. It's like you will do and everything.
Like, God is spirit.
Yeah.
We can physically jump in front of a bullet for our children. How is God spirit going to jump in front of a bullet for Adam and Eve? He can't. He got to become them.
Yeah.
Die. Yeah. To restore that relationship.
Yeah. And
so
that's what he had to do. And it was so, and that's why, I have the kindness in the heart that I have because, he didn't have to do none of that for none of us. He didn't even have to allow none of us to be here.
And he's still moving, bro. He's still working.
And still, every single day, like, see, Mu is of the Muslim faith, you know what I'm saying? But growing up, we was taught that we not even supposed to talk to people that are the Muslim faith. Yeah. I went to a Christian school and we played against a Muslim team. They hated when the Muslims started praying, they wanted us to look up and not even. And I was just like, dang, like, hold up. Like, if God is love and Jesus say love everyone, why are we doing that? You know what I'm saying? So
Jesus died for the Muslims.
He died for everyone.
Jesus died for the Hindus. So Jesus died for everybody. Now, do I agree with all these other religions? No, I personally do not agree.
That's because that's what
I believe the Bible, Jesus Christ, everything that's written in the Bible is the absolute truth. That's what I believe. I believe that it's the truth. And anything that goes against this truth, I disagree with it. I believe it's wrong. But do I force this down your throat?
No.
Do I make you believe this? No. You know what Jesus did? He gave people the truth and he left.
He gave them the truth and he gave them an example to follow after. That's what he wanted.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he wanted. He said, follow me. What did he tell Peter? What was it, Peter who was fell in the water?
Yeah.
He said, what did he tell Peter to do? Look up.
Yeah.
Follow me. What Peter do? He got scared. He started looking down. He lost his faith. You know what I'm saying? So that's
and
just
Jesus
like
reached out and held him up and said, why you have such little faith?
And all of us are like that, man. But
so do you got any message to tell anyone that's trying to change and go through the same type of growth process you went through, to tell the people before we end the show? You got any message for them?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started the podcast, Dwight asked me, he said, how? And my how was just making a decision. And I made that same decision every single day of my life. And I'm still making the same decision every single day of my life. Wake up, follow Jesus. Sometimes, do I reflect Jesus every day? No. Sometimes I get mad in situations. Sometimes I probably make a dirty joke. Sometimes, I might, do something that doesn't reflect God's character.
Yeah.
But every day, I still wake up and I say, hey, I'm going to be a better man today than I was yesterday.
That's all you can do.
And in that, God, he works in my mind, in my heart, and in my spirit and make me more like him.
That's amazing.
So if, that
was great.
That's the formula.
That's it. That's the formula, man. Well, Holy, thank you for coming on the podcast today, man. We really appreciate it. You spreading the gospel and shedding the light and the truth. not only to your situation, but how the goodness of God has brought you out and has basically, you know, gave you a new life. You've been transfigured, you know. You're that same person, but that spirit of yours is shining even brighter.
Same face, new spirit.
The spirit is shining even brighter. So thank you guys for joining the greatest podcast ever, Above the Rim, with Dwight Howard, where we speak no evil, see no evil, and what? Hear no evil.
You gotta
In Jesus' name.
Yo, but that's enough because it was a different order when we started.
No, hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no
Yeah, you
evil.
said it
You said it backwards.
I said
Yeah,
it
there we
backwards,
go.
you
Look,
know
I
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
talking about. Clip
But
this.
you know, that was the intro.
Clip
That was
this.
the intro. This the outro. Not
Now
only
you trying- you see,
we don't speak
semantics.
evil,
That's
we
what
don't
we call
see evil, we
semantics.
don't hear evil. And there's one more that me and Moose say, we don't think no evil. You feel me? This the greatest podcast ever, Above the Rim with Dwight Howard. Peace, love, and we'll see y'all next.